back on hitting hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Don't forget, go to our YouTube channel. Just put in the browser search bar Locked On Sports Atlanta. Find us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, give us some reviews. Tell us what you think about the show. Are you enjoying it thus far? Check us out on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Odyssey. And of course, follow me on Twitter at JMCH316. So the rumor mill, as we say in the wrestling podcast world, the rumor and innuendo is spinning around about, Kyler Murray's not happy. Well, why is he not happy? Because he took the Cardinals off his Twitter page. He took everything off of his Twitter and InstaFace and Snapbook and FaceGram. He took it all off there. Anyway. So supposedly Kyler Murray wants a new contract, right? Surprising, right? He's on a rookie deal, wants to be paid. So rumors abound about the Cardinals may have to move on from Kyler Murray and trade him. So who are the possible trade candidates? Well, of course, they throw out the Falcons' name, of course, because they need a quarterback, right? Well, they were in the Deshaun Watson discussion, okay? They need a quarterback, okay? I want to understand something, right? And this is why I bring this up, all this hullabaloo about it. Remember, let's go way back in the time machine. Let's go way, way back, okay? All the way to 2.5 weeks ago, okay? We're gonna go way back in time, okay? We're going to take the time machine back. I want to go all the way back to 2.5 weeks ago when the owner of the Atlanta Falcons said, well, yeah, we can't. You can't have a guy that takes up 20% of your cap and blah, 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 blah. All the reasons why they couldn't put. We can't play with 48. Okay, so they can't play with $48 million on the cap with Matt Ryan, but they can play with $46 million on the cap to share. Okay, all right, I'm good. We can't have this percentage. Okay, I just want to run down for you very quickly here the top average salaries of quarterbacks in the NFL. Ready? Aaron Rodgers is number one, $50.3 million. Deshaun Watson, number two, $46 million. Pat Mahomes is number three, $45 million. Josh Allen is number four, $43 million. We just saw Derek Carr get an extension, $40.5 million. Matt Stafford got an extension, $40 million. Dak Prescott, $40 million. So help me understand something, okay? And you can tell me about, oh, well, the Falcons are going to have money next year. Okay. How much your owner just told me that you can't have a quarterback eat yeah, but Chuck, you don't understand. Matt was 37 years. What difference does it make what age he is? Nobody said anything about age. The owner came out and said, you can't have a quarterback take up X percent of the cap. How do you think you're going to get into the Kyler Murray sweepstakes? You think Kyler Murray is going to play for $35 million a year? Kyler Murray's fifth-year option next year is $29 million. That's a steal. What do you think he's looking for? Is he going to get 230? No, but you don't think he's looking for $150 million guaranteed, $48 million a year? Of course he is. Of course he is. And unless you're going to wait until free agency, because he's got this year on his contract, and then he's got his fifth-year option, which is $29 million. So unless you're going to wait a couple of years for free agency, when by then he'll be gone, you're going to have to trade for him. So you're going to be right back in the same boat of, I don't have a good roster, okay? So I got to give up all. What do you think the Cardinals are going to ask for Kyler Murray? You think they're going to ask for anything less than 3 first-rounders and all the same stuff that Watson got? Of course not. And Murray's younger and all this stuff, 3,800 yards, 24 touchdowns. He's playing. Oh, yeah, you know what else he doesn't have? All the off-the-field stuff to go along with it. So are you telling me that the Falcons are going to get right back into bed with a guy where they're going to have to give up a whole ton of draft capital, and you're going to have to fork over a dump truck, like those really big semis that have like the whole back of the semi can raise up, like the big long semi bed? Okay, you're going to have to fill that up with cash and tip that thing up, probably even get a crane to hook onto the thing and help it lift up, because it's going to be so heavy and so filled with money that you're not going to be able to raise the thing all the way up without a crane helping hoist it up. That's the kind of, what do you think? His agents already say, are pulling the offer off the table and we're not going to go without a contract extension and all this kind of stuff. Now, personally, okay, I think he's going to end up in Arizona and this will all get itself worked out. And this is all a big ploy and all this kind of stuff. But this is so funny about the Falcons and all that. The owner came out and said, you can't, historically it's 12%, and except for Brady, and like he had all of these numbers in the palm of his hand, like ready to recite. He's like, no quarterback at 13% has. Well, what kind of money you think Kyler Murray's asking for? Where do you think he's young, where do you think he's going to go in the pecking order? Well, but we get Matt's money off the books. It's not what your owner was talking about. It's not what Arthur Blank didn't say anything about that we got to eat money this year. What Arthur Blank said, his exact words were, you can't have a quarterback take up this percent of the cap. And he's like, and for all those people who say, well, the cap's going up. The cap ain't going up that much. They're not adding $100 million on the cap to offset all of that kind of stuff. The cap will go up in increments and things like that. But $45 million is 45. That's the going rate. So if you don't want to pay that kind of rate, then you damn sure better start drafting guys so that you can be like the Cardinals with Kyler Murray and pay him chicken feed. And then his fifth-year option, even at $29 million, is fish heads and rice. Or you ain't going to be in the veteran quarterback business. If you want to be in the veteran quarterback business, Derek Carr has played 8 years, been to one playoff game, didn't win it, has no playoff wins, and he's a $40 million quarterback. Well, what the hell you think Kyler Murray's going to ask for? 50? Probably. Mahomes got 45. This guy got 45. Aaron Rodgers just got 50. So that's why when I hear these things, my brain explodes. So you're going to right back down the same road of all this draft capital and a massive cap hit for a quarterback. And you don't even have your roster now fixed. Well, I heard somebody say, well, we can draft in the third round and get guys. Really? So your third, fourth, fifth round picks this year were Jalen Mayfield, Drew Dahlman, Darren Hall, and Taquan Graham. Those guys will, in 3 years, you'll be lucky if any of those guys are still on your roster. Hell, in 3 years, you'll be going down to down South Atlanta and watching them play in that new 7-on-7 football league, that fan-controlled football. Hell, that's where they'll be in 3 years at this rate that they're going out there. So this idea of Kyler Murray being the, he's not. Draft your quarterback, okay? Keep your draft capital. Draft your quarterback. Start building. Draft a quarterback this year. It doesn't work out. Draft a quarterback next year. Doesn't work. You got to get into that mode. Sorry. But the idea of way overspending for a free agent quarterback and you have nothing to put around him except a massive cap hit for him makes no sense. And that's what your owner said. I'm just going off what your owner said for all of it. All right. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Locked On Sports Atlanta. Go over there, subscribe, give us a review, tell us what you think. All of your favorite podcast platforms, you can find Locked On Sports Atlanta as well. Check them out on Odyssey, Spotify, all your favorite platforms. And I want you to follow me on my Twitter page at JMCH316. We will be back with you tomorrow. It is Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta.